Jim, first of all, congratulations. 4 years at Meadow Lane. I mean, can you believe it's been 4 years since you walked through the door?
No, a lot's changed. A lot of staff turnover, players wise, behind the scenes. Um, yeah, it's been plenty of downs, but plenty of ups as well, and quite proud to be honest that I'm probably I think I'm the last player that's here since we did come to the National League, and um, that I've stuck about and played under three different managers, and yeah, it's quite proud. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you look back on the lows and the highs, of course, how do you look back on your time here?
Well, very fondly. I mean, you appreciate the highs more when you experience the lows, and but I think the people that you meet and the way that people have sort of took to me and sort of made it feel like home for me speaks volumes for the way the club's run, and the philosophy and the ethos behind the club, and I bought into it straight away, and it's been brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you look back, have you got any favourite moments, favourite goals, favourite games, even?
I think my first one was it Forest Green knee slide. It was a bit of a car crash. That was a good one. I scored the first goal in the National League against Stockport. I mean, I seem to celebrate other people's goals more than I do my own. But no, I wouldn't say a favourite goal or anything like that. Really, it's just little moments and um, times in between games and spending time with people round about and creating relationships and helping younger players and helping new players that come through the door. Little things like that are important to me, and as I say, plenty of ups and downs, but it's been one that I've really enjoyed and I'm very proud of.
Yeah, yeah. You've yet to mention your hat trick away at Maidenhead.
Yeah, I mean, there was a bit of downing on that because there was no one there to watch it. It was during COVID and stuff like that, but obviously that's a massive highlight when someone like myself who's not known for being a goal scorer, and you think you'll never get a hat trick, and for that to come along and that to happen then was obviously a special moment as well. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've never been one that's overly ambitious about goal tallies or anything like that. It's always been about the team for me, and as long as the team are doing well, then I'll be happy enough.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about your role in the middle of midfield. Do you feel that that's changed since you arrived 4 years ago?
Well, yeah, it's changed in a sense that the amount of games that I've played in my career, I've changed positions that many times, or my understanding of the games become a lot clearer and better, and I've played everywhere across midfield. I think I've probably played maybe five different positions this season alone. So I think just in terms of my game knowledge and the experience I've got there, it allows me to adapt, and probably I've had to adapt, and maybe wish I'd moved inside to the centre of the pitch a little bit sooner in my career because I enjoy it a lot more. You see a lot more of the ball, and whereas predominantly most of my career I was a wide player. So from that point of view, maybe I would have liked to have moved in a bit earlier, but I think the manager here certainly gives me a lot of responsibility and a lot of trust on me knowing where I should be on the pitch at the right times, and I mean that's in itself is a massive thing for me.
Yeah, for sure. And what's been key for you staying at Meadow Lane for all this time, particularly in this day and age, you see players moving from to different clubs on a more regular basis, whereas with you, you stuck with Notts for 4 years through thick and thin. What's been key to that?
Firstly, it was location, and the club had given me a longer term contract. I think I was 30, and they'd committed to giving me like 18 months in the January. That was a big thing for me. And then it was a bit like my little boy, so location for my little boy, because single dad, and I wanted to spend more time with him and be at home in Yorkshire, close to him. So it was travel. I could travel every day and still get back to him and spend most of my time with him. So that was the main reason for obviously coming here. And the reasons for staying here was I seen what the club could be, and obviously it went through that transition period and the really difficult period. But by that point, I'd bought into the club, and you start to make it your own, and you start to care about it, and you care about the people and behind the scenes, and obviously the supporters who obviously made me feel welcome. So from that point of view, I was well ingrained in it by that point, and so to hang around was pretty easy decision. And then I think when we started to get a little bit of momentum and start pushing for playoffs and stuff like that, then you start to feel that responsibility of, I want to be part of taking us back to the league. And now that I'm the last survivor of the squad that came down, I certainly feel that importance and that responsibility and that drive to sort of try and help us get there.
Yeah, I mean, that said, Jim, do you feel like that the bond between you and the club has grown over the 4 years?
Oh, absolutely, but it's like I said, it's more to do with the people around about, like the staff, the office staff, these guys here, the fans. Joe cleans everything. Lewis, the kit man, the chefs, everyone around the club who will be here long after I've gone. And long after these lads that are in the squad now are gone, it's the relationships between them, and those are the people who feel it the most. And because they've been here long before me, and as I said, they'll be here long after I leave. So it's the importance for them and what it means to them to get us back up. Yeah,
of course. Looking at this season so far, things are going well. 3 points on Saturday, clean sheet as well, and a goal for yourself.
Yeah, a goal. I mean, we came in after the game, and I think I spoke to the manager this morning, and I think like some lads were disappointed when we came in after the game in terms of it wasn't our usual flow, and we were a little bit scrappy and loose with the ball at times. But then you've got, like, obviously Connell's travelled, and he's reminded lads that, especially since I've been here and he's been here, that we haven't won there. And then obviously I found out a start after the game that Notts haven't won there since like 1988 or something like that. So to go there and get a clean sheet and come away with 3 points, it was absolutely massive. And we dug in at times, and we limited them to chances. And all in all, it's actually a decent performance, but it shows the standards that we have set as a squad this season, and that we're winning 3-0 away from home. But we're going in after the game, and we're a little bit disappointed, but a few tired bodies, a few tired minds, a few knocks and niggles, but the lads seem a lot more upbeat this morning.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially as well, like you say, you talk about the high standards that Luke Williams sets and Notts as a whole set. I think I spoke to Matty Palmer after the Solihull game, and he said then a two-all draw away there, it felt like a defeat because you dropped 2 points essentially, and like you say, it feels like those standards are so high. Any points dropped to even an under par performance, even if you win, it feels like a tough day.
Yeah, and as the managers mentioned before, like, we've got to be thankful that we've got a team like Wrexham, and you've got Chesterfield, their standards are high as well this season, and they're making us stay on our toes, and it keeps us with our standards high, and that makes us have to keep them high every day. So I think to put a positive on having close rivals and people chipping away at your heels, then it's a good thing, and psychologically it's really good for us that we can maintain those standards every single day.
Yeah, and at the moment those standards are paying off. Not top of the league at the moment. I just wondered, Jim, as well, the squad that you're playing with at the moment, how does that compare to squads that you played with previously at Notts in your time there?
I mean, individually, probably on par, but collectively, I think this season the message has been really clear. We change formation within games without making subs a lot, and we know why we're making those changes, and it might be as simple as someone in midfield going and standing in a different position and creating a different problem for the opposition. But this detail comes from the training pitch and the work that the manager and Ryan and the other coaches put in, and that would be the difference, and the detail and the focus every single day, and the enthusiasm that's brought every single day, and the video work that we do, and the meetings and the unit meetings and individual stuff. And there's so much hard work goes on behind the scenes that obviously people don't see, and people might think that, you know, we've just got good players and we turn up at times, and, you know, we need our match winners to turn up when we're having tough times, but there's a lot of teamwork that goes into putting us in the position that we're in at the moment, and I'd probably say that's maybe the difference right now. And there's a real focus. The focus is a little bit different this season from seasons gone by, but it's mostly in the detail. Everybody knows everyone else's job, and yeah, so that's the main thing, is the focus and the detail.
Yeah, and it looks to me, Jim, from the outside looking in, not just you, the players, the squad and the staff, they all look like one team, like a really tight unit. Yeah,
it is, and I've said before, I think maybe said start of the season or the last season, we've got quite a young squad here, and a lot of the lads live locally. I don't, but they spend a lot of time together, and I think those sort of things are important. They live in the same sort of different flats, but the same building as well, and like I say, they spend a lot of time together off the pitch, and it's a close knit group, and I'm happy to take on the role of the older moany one, so I'll try and keep them in line when I need to, and then join in with a bit of crack when required.
Yeah, have you ever had to moan at them?
Every single day. Single day.
On what training? On the training pitch or off the training pitch?
Bit of both. Yeah, bit of both. If I need to run more than that I should need to run, then I'll get a little bit of moan up. If standards are slipping, or if you see something not right about the place, then you have a little moan up. But I mean, it keeps me on my toes. I need to be angry to get the best out myself, and I'll always find something that I can have a moan up. So I'm never happy unless I'm moaning about something.
Yeah. Is that something that you pride yourself on, the fact that you sort of act as that leader on the pitch, being a more experienced player, whether it be in training or outside training or on a match day, that when standards aren't quite as high as they should be, you're first on the scene to make sure that they're right back up there?
I wouldn't say I pride myself on it. I'd say it's maybe something that's just come natural as a monier person in life, and maybe the fact that I've done my coaching badges and stuff, and my understanding of the game, or I can maybe deal with it a different way. I maybe get frustrated that lads don't see things that they should, and then try and help them from there. But I wouldn't say I take pride in it, but certainly I've no problem in helping people who want to be helped, and having a moan up at people that don't want to be helped. But I know what's good for the team, and like I say, the manager naturally is, without having too many conversations about it, is giving me that responsibility, or giving me free rein to sort of have that responsibility and trust, and you know, I'm happy with that.